I stepped up almost 40 spots. I ain't scared of nobody, but I respect everybody.
Declaring the winner by TKO, Joe Pyfer.
I knew if I kept grinding, I'd have a shot. So that's what I kept thinking. Just keep pushing, man.
The pride of Palm Springs, California, Cub Swanson.
Welcome to UFC Unfiltered.
Please tell me that's on video. I've never been happier.
I'm made for a fucking podcast. We're dangerous. Listen to me, we're at it.
Welcome to UFC Unfiltered, your pals Jim Norton and Matt Serra. This is the one I was looking forward to, Matt. 801. Episode 801 is always the good one. We had a great one last time with Mark Coleman, who really is an interesting guy, good talker, really gets into details, and Renzo Gracie, of course, always a great guy. Always has a great story. There's always something happening that I can't believe he did. So just a fascinating guy.
Look at the fight again at 50-something.
I mean, that's just...
Yeah, listen, man.
It's dangerous.
Take the Brazilian out of the jungle, but,
I know. I thought he was kidding when he said that, but I guess he's not.
No, he's not. He's not kidding when it comes to fighting. He loves to fight.
I know. What a card. People are saying that this card has really gone through a lot of changes. 303 coming up. We should do a couple of picks, Matt. We haven't done picks in a while, and I felt like on the last couple I've been doing really well. By the way, what an amazing opening fight on this card.
Wow. What do you think?
Ian Gary.
I seen a clip of them impersonating each other, or Ian Gary was definitely impersonating how he fights Michael Venom Putin. Like the in and out, he's like, all you got to do is worry about the right hand. He's like, I'm going to put a leash and walk him like a dog. Ian Gary.
14-0.
Very confident. Having said that, I'm going with MVP.
It's hard to say because I have two schools. He's only lost 2 fights. I mean, it's not like he's lost 9 fights. He's only lost 2. He is considerably older, 9 years, and Gary has looked really, really good after winning a split decision over Jeff Neal. And then
I dropped something. Did you hear that?
I heard something, Matt, but I didn't see it because I'm looking at the thing.
See my fingers? What a fingers. Unless it's a Kimura.
I really like Michael Page a lot. Very hard, but now so he's like one of those veterans, right? That could be the guy to give the first loss. Michael Venom Page is the type of guy who gives you that first loss because he's extremely difficult to figure out. He moves so well. Again, he probably frustrates the fuck out of fighters because of how he carries himself in the cage. I mean, if you frustrate Kevin Holland, you're going to frustrate almost anybody.
Yeah, I'm there with you on that. Hey, man, I told you what I think, and I think
I know
he's going to last, though. I think I'll say MVP by decision.
God, this is really hard.
Go ahead.
I kind of want to take MVP as well.
And
I would probably take decision. I don't know if he's going to stop it. No, you know what, Matt? You know me. I like to go the opposite. It's more fun that way.
Yeah, man.
I'll take Ian Gary. He's 7-0 in the UFC, but that doesn't mean anything. All it takes is 1 loss, then you're 7-1. So I'm going to take Ian Gary. I do think that he's been on such a roll and he's looked so good.
Taking Ian Gary.
I'm going to take Ian Gary. I like to be the opposite. Even though I know I rue the day typically.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Ian Gary, and I will take him by
by what?
Stoppage. I say he stops him in the second.
That's a bold prediction.
I know it is. I think that he's going to, after seeing what he did to Kevin Holland, I say he's gonna time him, and Michael's gonna back up. What?
Who did the Kevin Holland?
Michael Page.
Who are you saying is gonna win?
Ian Gary. No. What I'm saying is this. After watching the way he fought Kevin Holland, I think Ian Gary is gonna maybe either hope to get him to back up into the cage going back or do something, but I think he's gonna work very hard on timing that. I'm hoping for his own sake that he's not as frustrated as Kevin was after watching what Michael Page did to Kevin.
If your picks of late, I'm hoping for your sake. Sorry.
My picks of late have been very good. I picked up a few fights on you.
Yeah.
God, it's hard to pick against Michael Page because I really like him.
Yeah. Okay.
And I want him to win. But all right, Ian Gary, second round. Let's see. Mayra Bueno Silva against Macy Chiasson.
Got a message the other day, from our guest that's going to be on here next week, George St. Pierre.
Oh, what did he say?
Well, me and George have a special relationship.
You guys, yes, you were in the house together?
No. Well, I was in the house. He was outside of the house. That's not the point. He was there as a coach. Okay. They took away my freedoms, but it was worth it.
Sure.
No. We both like old school Star Wars. And
yes, you do.
So, Mr. George St. Pierre gave me a message the other day that he's not very happy with the Acolyte.
Oh, I can't. I'm going to watch it. I guarantee it's going to be my favorite one.
The power of one, the power of two. Wait for it. The power of many.
Oh, yeah. It's powerful.
Boo, boo, the chanting.
The power of many.
So bad. You close your eyes.
I bet George Lucas likes it.
Listen, it's basically the same thing. You go to one of those like feminine, like activists, like marches for feminism. It's the same shit. You just put them in space outfits and you're like, oh, here we having chants and stuff. Boo, big, boo, Kennedy, boo, Annie Headland, whatever her name is, boo. Anyway.
What do you think, buddy? Bueno Silva against Macy Chiasson.
Ooh, take a look. Take a look at their last fights. Now, I like to be prepared. I like to be knowledgeable. Okay. All right. She just lost to Raquel Pennington, but I'm sure she learned something.
Yeah, but then again, Macy lost to Raquel too. She got subbed by Raquel.
She did. Oh, wow. This is a good one.
I think Mayra Bueno Silva takes it, and I think she subs her. I think she submits Macy. Nope, decision. I stand corrected. Decision.
Wow. Man, she's looking good, huh? You know what? How about this? I'll go with Macy by decision.
Okay.
All right. You happy? Okay.
Now, Roman Dolidze is moving up. He's number 10 in middleweight against number 10 in the light heavyweight, Anthony Smith. This is the featured bout. Anthony Smith looked great against Petrino. And Dolidze is coming off a couple losses. But the fact that he's moving up, he lost a majority decision, unanimous decision. I wonder if the weight cut was...
What is he moving up to? What is this, 205?
Yeah, light heavyweight.
He's moving up to 205.
Yep.
And he's fighting Anthony Smith, his first fight at 205?
I think it's his first one, yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's rough.
But I'm wondering, Matt, this is what tells me that the weight cuts were causing him a problem. The fact that he's number 10, he's coming off 2 losses decisions, and he's moving up. So is he running out of gas because he's tired from the weight cut? Like maybe he feels like that extra weight, he just doesn't want to cut it anymore. They're both 35 years old, and he might be like, it's hurting me. After coming off of fucking Hermansson, Hawes, and Dawkins, he knocked out 3 knockouts in a row. I wonder if the cuts now are just starting to get to him in the last 2 years.
Does the power stay when he goes up?
If he's cutting from enough, maybe.
Questions that will be answered this Saturday.
Anthony Smith, submission. I'm taking Anthony Smith.
You know what? All right, we got Joe Pyfer in the waiting room. I'm going to go with Roman. I'm going to go with Roman second round stoppage. You
want to go against our pal? That's fine.
Well, listen, we're pals with Roman too.
I know, but we know Anthony better.
You got against Roman.
I like Roman.
Let's Joe Pyfer in.
Yeah.
Yogi.
A little, hey, Joe.
Joe
Hey
can make
guys,
that.
sorry about being late.
Joe
That's
can
okay,
make
buddy.
that hat. Jimmy, both me and yourself could not make that hat work. Joe Pyfer could make that hat work.
Yeah, I'm not a good hat guy.
It's because I got a receding hairline, you know?
Oh, dude. Hey, you're beating both of us with that, too. And you're throwing the height. You're beating us all around, Joe. Joe, how are you, man? How's things?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. I'm getting, another fight week, trying to get the weight down, trying to keep the mind healthy, trying to keep the body feeling as best as possible while coming down in weight. So just
How's
another
Philly?
fight week.
Yeah, how's everything in Philly?
Terrible. Worse than ever. Not a good place.
Yeah, that's definitely and that's a very Philadelphia answer too. That's a very Philly answer. Now, do you care? I was asking somebody about this last night. Actually, do you care about hair that much? Because there's guys who are like doing amazing fucking shit with it, like like you can't tell at all. I know a few guys.
Yeah,
does it not bother you at all, or does it really actually bug you?
No, it doesn't bother me at all. I don't mind the bald look with the beard. The only reason I have the hat on is because I went to Turkey with my coach. They gave us it was now hair time. They gave us 2 free hair things, and they take the hair from the back of your head. They put it on the front. And Mr. Now Hair Time is the company that did it. But yeah, I did it because they gave it to my coach for free too, or else I wouldn't have done it. So I'm happy that he got it done. I could care less. I haven't been following what I'm supposed to be, but yeah, it is what it is. So
it doesn't look bad at all.
Marab did that.
It just looks different. It just looks different. Like the hair is still like the skin is still damaged, so it's still kind of like fucked up. Like this is normal, but this is still red. So I'm not supposed to let it be exposed to sun. That's the only downside.
You're not being exposed to some punches. Is that gonna knock your hairline up?
Yeah, I don't care, brother. I don't care. I'm gonna punch his hairline off.
Great. You know what? Marab got that done. And also Eric Nixick got that done. And they're both walking around, no hats. They're looking good.
Yeah, it takes a little while.
Well, I'm only 3 months in. Yeah, I'm very early in it yet. So it's doing well for what it is, but I gotta wait like another 3 to 6 months before it looks normal.
Now, Joe, I'll sorry to interrupt you. Everyone does it. There's a guy in New York that does it, but Turkey is a place that's known for it. And there's supposedly some really good doctors in Turkey. So how long did you stay there for? And how long did your procedure take? Like 10 hours?
It took almost 6 hours, and I was there for 5 days. So yeah, I mean, look, I'm not a traveler, man. So looking back, I don't think I would have done it, but it is what it is. My coach is happy. He's got hair. His is grown in. I could give 2 shits. I'm being completely honest. I don't care.
I'm tempted.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's worth it. It's worth it my thing is I've always rocked a short haircut anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is. Some people love their hair, and it's their confidence. It's just not mine.
No.
Yeah, I hear you, man. My shit would start sprouting like one of those chia pets they had back in the day. I wouldn't fuck with that. I would look very weird, maybe like a troll doll. I don't think I like to be bald. I don't know, man.
It's easy.
Yeah, you rock it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I think the facial hair helps. All right, what the fuck are we talking about?
We're just chatting. Just chatting.
I like it, man. What a fucking card, man. This is a nice card this weekend. You know, were you chomping on the bit? How are you after, listen, you had a battle last time. You went 5 rounds. That's fucking something.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, how do we feel after that? Is it after that you feel like there's an itch that has to be scratched, right? You don't feel right until you fuck someone else up. At least that's how I feel.
100%. 100%. It's funny you say, because I feel like I didn't get to give my best self. I gave everything I had, but I didn't get to give my best self in preparation for that one. It was a little soon. I was coming off an injury, and then I got sick. And I never put this on my social posts because MMA fans, you know how it is. Yeah, they don't give a fuck. They don't care. And at the end of the day, I lost, and I showed up, and I think I was doing very well. I think I was whooping his ass early and putting my combos together and doing well. And then I got hit with a shot in my eye, and I remember I couldn't really see him the rest of the fight. I couldn't parry a jab even because I couldn't see. It was like I had half blurred vision. I don't know why. It hit right on the eyeball, and it was a good shot. It was a legal shot too, and changed the momentum. I stopped throwing combinations. But yeah, I mean, after the fact, obviously it hurts. I put my whole life into it. and then you get the hateful side of the MMA fans, right? So I think that's what bothered me the most for the first few days was, man, everybody switches up. They call it all hype, but all I've ever done is just been myself and believe in myself, and that has not changed, I promise.
No, man, it's the same old shit, dude. You're a hero if you win, you lose, you're never that good. It never changes.
Yeah.
That's a tale as old as time. I hate that I said that.
But
No,
yes,
it's a good-
I want to get after it this weekend. I want to get that loss off my chest, off my I want to get out there and hurt this fucker.
Yeah, and how does it feel that you're fighting a striker? So how do you see this going?
I think there's a lot of openings. He's a guy that likes to make it ugly, right? I don't think he's really technically sound, but he is tough, and he's got heart, and he's got a good will to push the pace. Like, he could be tired. I don't think he's got like this crazy cardio like he thinks he does, but yeah, I'm gonna mix it up on him, man. I don't think his wrestling's the best. I don't think his defense is the best. I think his forward pressure is good if you allow him to dictate. And listen, if you're going to come after me, you're going to give me some openings. Jack did a good job of just hit and move, hit and move, hit and move. He wasn't going to trade with me. So if this guy trades with me, I'll get him out of there early.
And how was it? How did you feel going into like the 4th and 5th rounds with Hermansson? Like, and how was your energy, and how did you feel your cardio was, and did you do anything different this camp?
I mean, listen, like I said, I was super sick. I was sick from December 22nd until like January fucking 20th, and I just kept coughing up sometimes blood with phlegm and phlegm and phlegm and phlegm. Brendan Allen came up to help me, and I was sick. I barely could get through sessions. I only got through 2 5-minute sessions for sparring. That's it for that fight. So the fact that I was able to go 5 rounds, I've never been 5 rounds. I had all this media. I did all this promotion for it, and I still went out there and I didn't have the jitters, and I still tried to take it to him. You know what I mean? So I think I showed I was somebody that can handle the spotlight despite the loss. I lost by 1 round. When you look at it, I lost 3-2 across the board. I think I lost 2. And yeah, I mean, it's a good learning experience. I'm 27 years old. I didn't have 17 fights in the UFC like he did. But the difference was I wanted to finish. He wanted to win. And he was willing to play the long-term game to secure 2 checks. And whether I respect that or not doesn't matter. He got paid both his full purse. So I feel like, to answer your question, I feel like my cardio could have been much better with different preparation, but I dealt with the cards that I had. It was a good opportunity. I still made money. Yeah. And I'm going to get there. I'm going to get to that level where I can just, have everything the way I need it to be.
Shit, man, at 27, still so young. I mean, water under the bridge, but that sounds serious, man. And especially going to like a main event. I mean, I'm not.
My coaches wanted to pull me, but I refused. Yeah, they didn't want me to. Yeah, they didn't want me to fight, but I truly believed that I was going to knock him out, even if I was half dead. So I was like, we're rocking with it.
Yeah, you don't want to get, because sometimes guys will, for whatever, maybe they have to pull out, but a lot of times an opportunity's there and it just doesn't come back for a while. So exactly. I know it's a really hard decision to make.
Yeah. And look, it's ultimately going to be the best building block for me. Jack's a stand-up dude. And, it makes it easier knowing that you lost to a good guy. Sure. And, I think he's a good human being. So it doesn't sting that much. And ultimately, I didn't get knocked the fuck out. I didn't get dropped. I didn't get submitted. I think it's just a little bit, I need to get my feet a little bit more wet in the promotion and go from there.
Yeah, you definitely gained some experience points. Hey, how's our buddy Sean Brady doing? I know he's your training partner. He's
out here. He's at the PI doing some testing right now. He's doing good, bro. He's excited. He's got obviously his fight they announced and September 7th with Gilbert. He's fired up, man. He's doing good, and especially after coming off the Bilal loss, coming back, whooping Kelvin as dominantly as he did. I think this is his time to again. He came off a loss and had to reinvent himself mentally, so it's good. Losses are the biggest building blocks for success. It's corny, but it's true. Yeah.
That's why I got a bunch of them. That's how I took that one.
Hey, because you took the risk. That's all that matters.
That's it, man. That's what I always say. Win or lose, we're in there.
Did it take you a day or two? Like, did you give yourself, like, some guys will say, like, I'll give myself a day or two to feel bad, and then I just go, fuck this, and I move forward. Like, people have their own way of handling that. Did you give yourself a day or two, or, like, were you okay right after?
No, it wasn't okay. I mean, like I was pretty upset. Like I didn't go train. Literally didn't train for 2 months. I didn't go in the gym, train, nothing. I lifted, but I was just disgusted, and I guess that's the best word. I was disgusted. I was fed up. I was burnt out. Is the best word to say. And I was just like, man, fuck it. Like I don't even want to step foot in the gym till I want to be in the gym.
Right.
And then I got my hair done in Turkey and everything, and then I started coming back because I was like, you know, how like people put it into perspective. Like one, it's like, bro, you didn't get knocked out. Like you didn't get dropped. You didn't get wobbled. You didn't have Bambi legs. Like you didn't get submitted. You didn't get outclassed. You lost by 1 round. Yeah. And we all saw the moment where the momentum really shifted as far as like my corner and everything. As soon as I got hit in the eye, my body language was different. Wow. And I stopped moving, and then I let him invest in calf kicking me. So I mean, I was upset about the fight, obviously the most. And then I was pissed off. I was like disgusted with social media just because all the people that were talking shit. And at the end of the day, why does it matter so much? You know what I mean? Like, this is why does it matter what people I've never met have to say about me? So I've gotten good with that. I thought I was good at it. And then when you actually receive the hateful part of it, then you realize how not good at it you are. So now I just let shit roll, and I'm just here to have fun, man. Be present, be where my feet are, be where I am today, not tomorrow, and not in the past.
Plus, they're dickheads. I mean, anybody that would go to a fighter after they lost, well, you lost. I mean, just what a
everybody's like, oh, my fucking parlay. I'm like, fuck your parlay, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. They're gambling. That's what their job is. They're just sitting there trying to make a few dollars off what you're doing, and you're getting punched in the face. So, yeah, I try not to read comments almost ever, because to me,
the craziest thing to me about these fucking fans is how can you say that I got fraud checks when I'm at the time I was 14. That was my 14th fight, or 15th fight, 15th pro fight, and I've done this all in a short span. So it's like the fact that people are like fraud checked. I'm like, bro, you know what fraud checked is? You go out there and you get fucking absolutely wrecked. Like, come on, bud.
Yeah, and these same guys, though, they see you at a fucking mall, they're asking for a picture. You can't, you know what I mean? Like, they're the same people. Oh, like, they'll be excited to see you. Meanwhile, they're excited maybe that they're going to hurt your feelings somehow. I got off Twitter ages ago. I'm still on Instagram because I like to promote my school, what I'm doing, and keep positivity. But when I got off Twitter, I don't even know what goes on there. And dude,
I can't even go on Twitter, Matt. I can't even go on Twitter. Like just seeing all the shit that they actually put on there, not even fight related, but just like people getting shot and killed and murder and shit like that. I'm like, yo, like Twitter's wild.
It's not good. It's not good for your psyche, man. Listen, is it going to be beneficial to your life, or is it going to make you not feel? I would get some like just people like saying stupid shit, and I almost want to be like, dude, what do you like? What are you, a fucking moron? But I'm like, and just me to have that thought in my head is negative. So I just like, you know what? I've been away with that thing. Like I said, man, I don't really know what's going on besides my little world. And
it's a couple of years for you, isn't it, Matt? Like 2 or 3 years since you jumped off?
Many years. I couldn't even know the list. I wouldn't even know how to, I got it off my phone. I wouldn't even know how to check it. So it might be still existing, but I have no idea what the fuck goes on there.
I post stuff like promotion. I'll promo something like a gig or whatever, and then a lot of times I take the app off my phone. I don't even read I don't care what they say. Who cares? If you want to go see me, go see me. If you don't. Like, but yeah, it's when you start to get into that with the weeds of people, it gets very frustrating, and then the loss feels like more than it is. You lost to a great fighter. I mean, Hermansson's a great fighter. I think he's ranked #1. You went the distance with him. There's no disgrace in losing to a really good fighter. But they have you know what I mean? That they just
make number 10. He's ranked number 10 for all the fans. He was number
10. Is he 10? Oh, I thought he was not.
Right.
Okay.
And every new fight's an opportunity for greatness. So fuck all that shit.
So why not take the chance, right? Why not take the chance? It was good learning.
Hey man, this is the return of Joe Pyfer. I'm excited, man. Hey, listen, you're always entertaining as shit, and that's the most important fucking thing.
Yep.
I am. I'm going to bring it. I'm not here to win decisions. I'm here to get finishes, and I want to get bonuses. I want to be exciting, and I think that's more. It's more or less like that's what the company wants, right? How you fight. So that's what I'm coming to do. Cause damage, man. And I know Mark's tough, and he could take this from me. You know, like he's a guy in the UFC, and he wants it too. So I'm going to give him that respect, and I'm going to fucking break something on him.
And you're also, I think you guys are the main fight of the prelims. Is that right? I think so.
Yeah.
Which again, I always tell guys this when they are, because that is such a great spot. because when more people probably see you than they would on the pay-per-view, because more people watch stuff for free in life. And
well, yeah, that's so I was on the main card, right, for Connor, and then obviously Connor's not on it no more, so I didn't even care to be on the main card after that. I've already fought on a card with Alex Pereira, but yeah, it's not the same. Like if Connor's on the main card, and then I fought as the opening fight, which I was supposed to be the first or second fight, I would still want that spot. But
sure,
since it's this card and all these fights fell through and got rearranged, I'm happy where I'm at. I think it's the best spot on the card, and I think that's going to be the best fight of the night.
and it's the UFC. They always think that's going to be a great fight. Like they put that fight there because they're like, this will get people to fucking buy the main.
Well, think about it. I'm a power puncher or a striker, right? I can wrestle too. And this guy is like I think he had a hell of a boring fight against Chris Curtis, but I think styles make matches, right? I'm explosive and I'm fast for a big dude at middleweight, and he's kind of like the bull that runs straight forward and tries to overwhelm you and make it dirty and clinch and uppercuts, elbows, things like that. So we're ready.
You're ready.
Stylistically, man, it makes for a fucking exciting fight.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't wait, man. I'm happy
Yeah.
to see you back in action, man. And
Yeah, we can't wait.
One that we said hello to.
I will. He loves you guys. So.
All right.
Well,
Thanks, Joe.
We'll
talk
I know
to you
as far as you, Matt. All right, guys. Thanks. Sorry I was late.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for clarifying that.
I love that. That's the way to end the interview. Joe, man, all our best. You savage.
See you guys.
I'll see you later.
Go.
Now I got to figure out why Sean Brady doesn't like me.
It's not that he doesn't like you. It's just that me and him are close. I mean, from being on the show, I see him and, stocky guys.
Yeah, you guys kind of bond.
I don't have tattoos.
All right.
But,
well, now me and him have a problem.
Well, I think you should introduce him to your Kimura. Listen to me. We have Cub Swanson.
It's better than you think.
I agree with you.
My Kimura is better than you think.
Come on, man. Let's get Cub Swanson.
Bring him in.
Him and Andre Fili is a fun fight.
That's a great fight, and that's the fight right before. And Cub is such a legend.
Damn right, he's a legend. And
hey, Cub.
How's it going, guys?
How are you, sir?
Now, Cub, are you at your true gym or are you at the UFC gym?
I'm at the UFC PI.
Oh, at the PI. All right. Now, let me ask you really quick. You are a part of the UFC gym. You can tell me which one exactly with Michael Bisping.
UFC gym, Costa Mesa.
Okay, now you're a part of that, and yet you have your own gym. How far is your gym, true gym?
So I closed that gym down a little bit after COVID happened because I moved to Orange County and I had the big UFC gym. And so, my brother runs a gym out there in India where I'm from. But I have a UFC gym, Costa Mesa, and my whole fight team, Bloodline, we train out of there.
Oh, and how far is that from where you were?
Hour and a half.
Okay.
How do you like being part of the UFC gym over there, like having that, you and Michael?
Oh, it's been awesome. We've had our ups and downs. It's a big gym, so you got to keep a lot of people in there. But it's been pretty cool to have our own spot.
Oh, heck yeah, man. Now, listen, man, you're not showing signs of slowing down, but you are 40. And I know it must be annoying to have everybody in an interview bringing up your age. Guys age differently, man. Guys are, it's a different time now. They're younger, and 40 is more of an old man. You're still kicking ass. Is there any kind of timeline on your career?
Yeah, I honestly believe I'm on my last chapter. I won't say it's my last fight because I take every fight. It's like it's my last. I was really considering it after my last fight because I was in a lot of pain, and I ended up getting hooked up with this guy, Dr. Galagni, who was doing this like next level back surgery, very minimal invasive, and he went in and relieved my sciatic nerve that had been killing me, took out a cyst, and basically took me on a hike 4 hours after being in my spinal canal and cleaning it up, and told me, take an Advil and a Tylenol and get back to training, listen to your body, you'll be 100% 6 to 8 weeks. And now I'm like, man, I feel better than I did the last 5 years of my career. So I'm super grateful for that.
Why did he take you on a hike right? I'm sorry, Matt. Why did he take you on a hike right after? Did it have anything to do with getting the blood flow, or was there a reason for that, or no?
No. So the guy that hooked me up is Daryl Christian, who's a wrestling coach. So everybody knows him. He does medical sales, and he reps that doctor. And so they were trying to race mountain bikes up the hill. So they just brought me along, and they're like, just walk up the hill. It'd be good for you.
And you did, yeah. It's at age 40 though, Matt. 40 it's been means you've been fighting for a long time, but that's not old. Like Randy Couture when he was 40, I think 45 was his last fight. I mean, back then it seemed ancient, but now it's fairly common because of all what they know about training and you know and healing after a fight. It seems like a lot of guys are fighting deep into their 40s.
Well, you definitely have to take care of yourself, and that's something that I've been trying to talk a lot about. Is I'm coaching and managing, and I have a specific way of training guys to train smarter and more efficiently. Let's not glove up and beat the shit out of each other every day. To me, that is stupid. I lost some years off my career doing that early on. I think there's a time and a place for that. But I think, like I keep telling people, in high school, you might do hitting drills in football, but by the time you get to college and the pros, you're not doing hitting drills anymore. You move past that. So we don't have to prove that we're tough anymore. You have to learn how to train more efficiently, be a better athlete, train smarter.
The biggest thing I found when I was getting older is the training camps. Like exactly what you're talking about. I blew my back out trying to train like a young dude getting ready for a fight, and I had one fight I had to pull out of and then I had to just change things up. You know, your body all of a sudden is like, all right, I did this at 26, at 36, I'm gonna have to switch some shit up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what sometimes you have to find that out the hard way with your body, because you're like, oh shit, I'm all right. I'm starting to change a little bit. I got to adapt to it with the training. You know?
Yeah, I finally got to a point where, you know, if somebody wants to spar me, you know, I'm like, okay, this is what I'm going to make in this fight. Will you cover my show money if you hurt me? Can you cover that? And they were like, I'm like, okay, then go work over there, you know. And I just try to be real. It's like, and I say the same thing for my fighter. Hey, he's going to make this fight. If you hurt him, you're not going to be allowed back here. I would love for you to work with him, help him out, be a good look. But if you hurt him, you're in trouble. And that's my rule. Like, nobody gets hurt in my gym.
Were you really? I read that you were in tears in the locker room. Was it before the Dawodu fight? And what was going on?
Yeah, I was having this crazy pressure I put on myself. I mean, honestly, I had been living with some physical pain for quite a while, and I just had this realization that I wasn't. It was the first time I ever felt like I wasn't the same athlete, and that was really hard to accept. So walking out there, I was like, I don't want to be a lesser version of myself, and I just want so bad to perform. And I think after that, I kind of let go of that version of myself, and I've kind of got new life into being accepting of this version of myself that I am now. Maybe a step back from, you know, my physical self in my 20s, but far superior in my mental game and my ring smarts.
And you're also go ahead, Matt. I'll say you're also a legend, and you know it's crazy to me. It's almost 20 years to the day. Maybe by a month it's off. July 20
next month. Yeah.
Yeah, July 24th of 2004 was your I guess your first pro fight. And it's crazy to me that you're still as active as you are and still feel as current as you do after 20 years. Are you amazed at what's happened with the sport, like where wasn't legal in half the places, and what's happened in 20 years? Isn't it crazy?
Yeah, 20 years ago, I was fighting in Tijuana because it wasn't legal. So my first 3 fights were in Tijuana and nightclubs. It got like $200. Yeah, I knew it was going to be huge. I knew that when I heard that the Ultimate Fighter was going to happen, I was like, man, I got in this sport at the right time. It's going to blow up. People just have the wrong perception of it, and people will understand that this is about so much more than just fighting and what it takes to get in there and what you have to overcome. So I've always thought this sport was beautiful, and that's why I had the name Beautiful Destruction, because that's my style. Because I think if you can make something look as effortless and beautiful like Anderson Silva, and then you could be as brutal as like a Mike Perry, and both styles work, and I'm just in awe of where the sport is at this point.
And at this point in your career, you're taking it fight at a time. You have to be happy when you get on your when you get the notice that you're going to be fighting Andre Fili. All right, because Andre Fili's a good dance partner, man.
Yeah.
It's another kid that just live by the sword, die by it. He's coming.
Yeah. Well, a lot of my coaches and my friends and family are like, stop fighting these 20-year-olds, that are so hungry. And I was like, hey, they give me who they give me. And when they told me Andre, I was like, he's obviously a little younger than me, but he's been around just as long. We're both going to have our 23rd UFC fight, I believe. Wow. I've been around longer, but yeah, I felt like this fight made sense.
I mean, as far as entertainment, it does. I'm looking forward. When I seen you guys matched up, I'm like, all right, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah. And me and him are cool. We've hung out before, never trained together, but tons of respect. I just know we're gonna go in there when I hear the crowd, because I haven't fought in front of a crowd since 2019.
Oh,
so
shit!
I know when I hear that crowd, I'm gonna flip a switch.
Oh man, that's exciting.
Yeah, I mean that's almost 5 years, or that's 4.5 years since you've been in front of a crowd. That's going to be. You need that, right? Does it matter to you? I mean, a lot of guys say that they really missed it, and then there's other guys that like to hear their corner.
Yeah, I really enjoyed my time at the Apex. I thought that was a time to kind of wind down a little bit. But as I was considering, I told my wife at 40 years old, I promised that we discuss, my future. And so the one thing is, me and her will go to the Miami card, the New York card, the LA cards, the big Vegas ones. And I was like, man, I miss fighting in front of a crowd. That's one thing I haven't done in a really long time. And, let's say if this was my last fight, I think that would be one last itch I'd like to scratch.
And isn't it nice too? Some people don't plan as well, but you got the gym, you're coaching, you're going to move forward. Whenever you decide to stop fighting, you know what you're going to do, and you're not going to be struggling and running around. You already have a path kind of laid out, so you know what direction you're headed in. That's got to take some of the pressure off too. Oh,
100%. So that was by design. My manager that had me my whole career, he passed away a couple years ago, and he was the anesthesiologist. He was a full-time doctor. And he always was telling me, well, what are you going to do after this? You got to be prepared. You got to don't blow your money at the club like an idiot.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of people that I learned what not to do from, and people that I learned what to do from. So I never wanted to be labeled like a dumb jock. And I have a retirement account that I started on my own. And I have a couple, I have a lot of investments, and everything has been geared towards taking care of myself, so that I never wanted to be broken, my body be broken and be broke. That was terrifying to me. Right. So I wanted to build up businesses. So I manage, I coach, I do commentary, and I'm scratching all those itches I know that I'm going to have down the road. And I'm preparing myself to be too busy to be able to fight. And that's the goal. And then when I really do have that itch, I'm going to be cornering guys and helping them on their careers. So I feel like I've been trying so hard to do it the right way and exit on a good note and do it on my terms. And to me, that's most important.
You have you made yourself a beautiful life. You really have.
Yeah.
Do you like the cage side color commentary? Because I know you did that for LFA. You do like doing that?
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoy it. It's a little nerve-wracking. I've gotten really good at it. The one thing that I still hate doing that I'm getting better at is the in-cage interviews. Just because it's a little bit, you got to think on the fly. And there's a lot of people listening. Yeah, and so the last two cards that I did not the last two, but two of the last three, I had a fighter that I manage and coach fighting on the main card, and so I have to be impartial, and I tell my fighter, hey, look, dude, if you lose this fight, I'm going to go in there and do an interview with you, the guy that just beat you. So, it's on you to to kick ass. And so both times he ended up getting an amazing knockout, and I was able to tee him up. And, so it's to be able to commentate, manage, and coach is pretty tough.
This is what I advise. You know, like how you study fights. This is what I would do, and this is what I wouldn't do. I would study the interviews when Joe Rogan gets in the cage, Michael Bisping, DC, but steer clear of Tito Ortiz with a mic in his hand. Whatever you do, you'll get anxiety ridden. If you look at Tito Ortiz with some of these interviews, I'm putting on a fucking lampshade and shutting it off. It is very cringy.
What's wrong with them?
Oh my goodness. Tito Ortiz, his kryptonite is a microphone. One time
he struggles.
Oh, no.
But you know what's crazy is when you talk to him in person, he doesn't sound like that. I think it's just I don't know, something with the microphone, like you said.
It's not that easy in front of people. I don't know. You catch him in some interviews saying how he wants to outlive his children. I think he worded that differently. But
yes, he meant that differently.
He is great on a mic. Great in the worst way possible.
Yeah.
But hey, man, I'm liking that you're doing that, though, Cub. You have a lot of things lined up, and you're fighting this weekend. But we always love watching you fight. Andre Fili, man, shit. When a part of a great card, and it's a great fight. I'm excited for you, man, and I'm happy for you, dude.
Thank you. Well, you know what's crazy is like I try to tell my guys. I had somebody recently try to throw some shade at me, and they always talk about, well, you never won a belt, and I'm always like, man, there's more to life than that, you know. That not everybody gets to fight for the belt, and I'm like one of the exceptions. I had an amazing career. I have a lot of things going for me. Yeah, I never fought for a title, but I made the Hall of Fame. There's more to it than that, and so I really have a place for all these fighters, and I even have fighters that have gotten cut from the UFC like stumble in my gym, and I try to like pick up their spirits and help them out. I'm more worried about the fighters long term.
You're one of the most respected guys in the sport, and that's got to feel good too. Like, and whoever would shit talk you is just a fucking idiot, and you know that they're idiots. They're just stupid people, and you've had this amazing career, and you still fight if you want to. Like you can still keep going if you want to. It's a really great place and great choices you have.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I feel like I was taught well, and I would say this sport can teach you so many lessons, and I accepted those losses and those hard lessons that I've learned along the way. They humble you if you would let them, and I feel like I said, I owe everything to this sport. It changed my life. It gave me everything. So I respect the sport, and then I've been pointing it out that if you see when I go in the cage. Everyone has a thing, you know. My thing is I bow when I go in the cage because it reminds me of like how dangerous the sport can be sometimes, and to respect it, you know, like a true martial art, and respect all the teachings that come with it. That's why I've still been fighting for this long, is because it teaches me life lessons. Every time I feel like, what can it still teach me? I'm still learning.
Well, Cub, have a great fight. I mean, it's always fun to watch you. And again, Andre Fili is such a great matchup. And I'm happy for you. Everything seems to be going great. Your kids are very cute, by the way. I saw the video of you teaching them to ride the bike, and it's just very nice. You have a nice life.
Yeah, I was so proud. My daughter, that was the first time she ever rode a bike. Got it on camera. So she did great. My boys, they'll get it. And I want them to not be shy in front of the camera, you know. So in case they grow up to be great, I want them to start early.
Thanks, buddy. We'll talk to you again. We'll talk to you after this fight, and hopefully between this one and your next one. Have a great fight.
Yeah,
right, thanks, guys.
Okay,
right.
Thank you, Cub.
Take care, Cub. Hey, man, how can you not
nice
like
guy.
that?
Yeah, I mean, how can anybody shit talk Cub Swanson? Like, I don't understand what would motivate you to do it.
I don't know, Jimmy. Stop doing it.
Can't help it.
You would never.
At least he likes me. Sean Brady doesn't like me, but at least he likes me.
I think Sean Brady likes you. I just think he likes me more.
Well, I saw Sean Brady in the green room at Rogan's Club, and we didn't speak. So,
well, listen, man, you're intimidating. Jimmy.
Yeah, I was in the corner with my dick out. Nobody talked to me. All right, let's see.
All right, we got the. Oh wow, let's do the co-main and the main.
Let's see. Yeah. By the way, Andre Arlovsky is fighting. on the prelims. I mean, how do you not love that Andre Arlovsky is still fighting? Geez, he is just a fucking. I don't know. I hope people realize what an amazing case he is. We did Anthony Smith and Roman Dolidze. Ortega against Diego Lopez. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
This was after Brian had come off 2 losses, and then he,
Well,
he
that
did
one was
beat
a little
Yair.
wacky. The first one with Yair was wacky. Let's be honest. You know, I mean, it happened, but
Yeah.
yeah, and I'll tell you, Diego Lopez is looking amazing. Amazing that, and the fact that he knocked out Yusuf like that.
I know.
Sabatini. You know what though? Man, Diego Lopez is looking good, man.
Yep.
But you know, he's very jiu-jitsu oriented also, even though he's knocking people out. What am I saying?
Yeah.
He's got the sub in there for Tucker, but you know what? Ortega's a beast though, man.
Yep.
Wow. I'll let you go first on this one.
I'm going to take Brian in this one. I am going to take. I think Brian will submit him. I'm going to say Brian by sub in the third.
I'll take, you know what? It's hard for me to go against the, you know, jiu-jitsu guy here, but you know what? Lopez is too. What do you think? Lopez doesn't have jiu-jitsu? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I just think that Ortega will submit him. Even guys who are good at jiu-jitsu can be submitted.
All right, interesting. Side note, Ortega's saying he's looking to jump to 155 after this fight because of how long he'd be waiting it for a title.
Behind
shot.
Max Volkanovski, yeah.
That's interesting.
I wonder if he's having, again, an issue with the cuts, too. You never know if guys are having issues with cuts, if it's just they're getting sick of it.
I'm going to say Diego Lopez by decision.
Okay.
All
Main
right.
event. I love that they put this together. I mean, look, we all enjoy Conor, but I'm fine with this as a main event. I mean, Alex Pereira is just becoming one of the biggest stars in the UFC. Yuri Prochazka, I mean, I don't know how anybody can not like Prochazka. And a very, very exciting fighter, beating Rachik with that second round TKO. After losing to Pereira in the second.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm taking, I think Prochazka wins this round. I think he takes the title, and then we're set up for Pereira Prochazka 3. And it's hard to pick against Alex, 'cause I really do like him a lot. And I really enjoy watching him fight, and I think he's a good champion. But I am going to take Yuri, and I'm going to take him by...
Second round knockout, Alex Pereira.
Okay. I am going to take Prochazka by... Part of me is thinking... I say either 4th round stoppage or decision. Not that Alex can't go deep. He can. But... fuck me, man. Fuck me. I am going to take...
I'm waiting, Jimmy.
I know Prochazka
I know him too.
by decision.
Oh, sorry. All right.
Wait, was it decision? Hold on. He did a good... yeah, I'll take him by decision. That's it. You're Prochazka by decision.
All right. Second round.
And new.
Well,
Although I can't be mad if Alex wins either. I enjoy him very much.
I'm not getting mad either way, man. I ain't mad at you. What do you want to plug, bro? Let's plug this. Let's plug the fights this weekend.
2 things. Besides the fights, I have a I have a new CD out. It's not even a CD. It's like an audio. You can get it anywhere. It's called Gender Revealed Disaster. It's on Spotify. It's on iTunes, Apple Music, wherever you want it, wherever you get music. You can get my download my. I don't even know what it's called anymore because it's not a CD. It's an audio. It's a new record, whatever the fuck you want
An
to call it.
audio thing from Jimmy.
Yes.
Anywhere you get audio things.
Yes.
What do they type in?
Just Jim Norton Gender Reveal Disaster. It'll pop up somewhere. Tonight, Fat Black Pussycat, 7 p.m. And I got a bunch of gigs, Chicago in July. Go to jimnorton.com. A bunch of gigs in the coming months.
All right. You know me. You'll find me here.
That's right.
I'll be doing my own thing by next month. I'm gonna do now. I'm not leaving here. I'll be doing my own little show, my own little YouTube show. A lot of pop culture stuff. I have you on. We'll talk about Dune.
Oh, I'd like that a lot.
X-Men 97. That's a a cartoon, but yeah.
And my new favorite Star Wars installation.
Ooh. Listen, we always have the original series. The original.
No, this is better.
First 2 seasons of the Mandalorian. We pretend like the Acolyte does not exist.
What's the chant?
The power of one, the power of two. Ready? The power of many.
Many. I love it.
This weekend, the UFC. Oh, wait, tomorrow. What are they saying here?
There will officially, hold on, he writes officially now. It will officially be new members of the UFC Hall of Fame. Oh, yeah, Frankie Edgar, Ioanni Jacek, Vanderlei Silva, Shogun Rua. I mean,
Very
all
nice.
deserved. Yeah, of course. I mean, come on. None of them can't complain about any of this.
Sorry. Tough crowd.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, everybody. This weekend, which UFC is it?
303.
303.
Hayden Prohaska, too.
The prelims, I believe, are on ESPN.
Yep.
International Fight Week. Come on, man.
Yep.
It's a good time.
It's a good time. And
Good
I'll
time
talk to you
be
this
a fight
weekend.
fan. Oh, sorry. What?
We'll talk this weekend, Matt.
Goodbye, Jimmy. Have fun at the Fat Black Pussycat tonight.
See you soon, buddy.
Bye, everyone.